So there are just days left of 2024, and people have now come up with a new theory about a GTA 6 second trailer or something like that being released this year, in the remaining time that's left of this year. And I will say that there is actually some sort of weight to this theory, but I'm not sure that all is as it seems. So let's take a look. Basically, what's happened is on Twitter, or X, or whatever you want to call it, a number of Rockstar developers have posted images like these, showing these kind of merch packages that Rockstar's gifted them for Christmas. But what stands out about this? Well, the colours of the Rockstar Games print on the jumper are almost identical to those on the GTA 6 logo. So I think it's pretty undeniable that the jumper, at least, is a kind of reference to GTA 6 in a way. This isn't really that shocking. I mean, GTA 6 is currently set to come out next year, so this kind of makes sense. But people have got very excited about this, and they've got very excited in particular about posts by two Rockstar developers who are based in Edinburgh here in the UK. One is called Kyle, and the other is called Joe, and they're both mission designers at Rockstar. In Kyle's image, you can see the jumper, an umbrella, and I'm not really sure what this yellow thing is supposed to be. Maybe there's something folded up in there, maybe like a raincoat or something. And then at the bottom of the picture, you'll see this cute cat in a bag. And this is something that Joe draws attention to in his response. Now, if we go to Joe's image, which was posted nearly an hour earlier, you can see the same merch on what looks like his living room coffee table. And there's the Rockstar paper bag with a cute cat once again. I don't know if it's the same cat, but this time, the cat is not in the bag. So, the cat is out of the bag. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is a pretty common saying. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, I can't believe we're going here, but according to the Cambridge Dictionary, it means to allow a secret to be known, usually without intending to. Is that a bit of a hint? A bit of an Easter egg or something? I know that's a bit of a stretch, but bear with me because there's more. If we look closer at Joe's image down at the bottom, there is a notepad with some writing on it. On the left, it says Lowe's Portofino Bay Hotel. This is an Italian-themed hotel which exists in real life. So maybe Joe here is planning a holiday. But where to? Where is this hotel? Well, it's at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. That's a bit strange. You know, GTA 6 is set in a fictional version of Florida. Now, I've seen some people claiming that this hotel is also known as the Grand Hotel, seeming to suggest that there's a reference to Grand Theft Auto, but I don't think that's true. I couldn't really see that anywhere. And people online who live in Orlando say that's not true as well. But wait, there's more. So there are a few figures scribbled down here, and some of them I can't really decipher. One appears to say £838 TR. Another kind of looks like it says 70% equals £128.84. I've looked into those numbers and I couldn't really work out if they meant anything. But over here on the right, it says booking 1227. Could that be 1227 as in 1227, as in December the 27th, as in December the 27th, 2024, just a few days away? Maybe? Below that is also another sequence of numbers, and that is the partial phone number of a car showroom called 27 Auto Sales. So once again, we've got mention of 27 pretty prominently. We've also got the word auto, as in Grand Theft Auto, and guess where this showroom is located? It's in Florida. It's in a city called Tallahassee. People have also pointed out that not too far away, in some cases on the same street, we have a place called Jason's Deli. There's also an apartment complex called Villa Lucia, these obviously being the names of the GTA 6 protagonists. At least we're pretty sure he's called Jason. And there's also a Waffle House, which looks kind of similar to the Hank's Waffles diner, which featured quite prominently in the leaks a couple of years ago. Now, obviously, these parts could just be a coincidence, but I think the rest of it suggests that this piece of paper was clearly placed deliberately in the image to spark speculation about GTA 6 and to get us to think, maybe, that we might get some sort of content, trailer, screenshots, something, on the 27th of December this year. Is that actually going to happen, though? Well, a lot of people, as I said, are getting very excited at the prospect that it could. But me, I'm not so convinced. I hate to be the pessimist and bring down everyone's hopes, especially at Christmas time. But I think this is what we would call in the UK a wind-up. I think these Rockstar developers are trolling us. Joe and Kyle clearly work together on the same team in the same office. They could very well be friends outside of work as well. And what do they do on that team? They're mission designers. They're used to coming up with these elaborate ideas full of twists and turns, and they're clearly very creative people. They're the kinds of people who come up with the cryptic things in Rockstar games, such as, the Mount Chiliad mystery, for example. But I think Rockstar handed out these Christmas gifts and maybe encouraged staff to post about them on social media to kind of build hype for GTA 6 and spark some sort of speculation. But I think this notepad with the references to GTA 6 is just a joke. Because we also know from what we've been told before that Rockstar developers aren't told about when big announcements are coming to avoid leaks. So the idea that the bosses would come to these two guys and get them to put something like this together, it seems a bit unlikely. Not impossible, I'm just not convinced. I think Joe and Kyle are probably laughing at us all right now, and, fair play to them, they've done a great job with this. Also, in terms of that date, the 27th of December, that seems like a really strange time to release a trailer or anything that big. It's in that weird period between Christmas and New Year's. Media outlets won't be fully up and running, and so Rockstar might not get the maximum publicity that they want. But, on the other hand, GTA 6 kind of does its own publicity. I mean, we've been talking about it this year, even though they haven't said anything at all. And at this time, on the 27th of December, there will be a lot of people kind of sitting around doing nothing in their childhood bedrooms or whatever, and so there will be a lot of people to talk about it. Everyone will be talking about it, probably. And obviously, doing it on this date means that Christmas is out the way pretty much immediately, because it's the day after Boxing Day, probably the earliest you could do it after Christmas. And I've also seen some suggestion that the 27th of December could be the anniversary of Rockstar's founding. We do know that Rockstar was founded in December 1998, 26 years ago, but we don't know the exact date. I'm not really sure, though, that you would establish a company the day after Boxing Day, 2 days after Christmas. So my guess would be that Rockstar was probably founded earlier in December, but I don't know. Obviously, this whole thing could, of course, be a very elaborate publicity stunt by Rockstar. That is very possible. We know they like to do elaborate things and leave us little Easter eggs and hints in these kinds of ways, but for me, I'm not fully sold. It's just not all there for me. Some things don't really add up. But, that being said, I'm very happy to be proven wrong. Please, Rockstar, prove me wrong. Whether it's screenshots on Christmas Eve or a second trailer on the 27th, please give us something before the year is over. I'm begging you.